everyone, Lolly here. Hope you're all doing well tonight. I'm just gonna pop in here and do a quick little share with you on making Valentine tag. So this is the one I have completed, and so I thought I'd make the pair. Normally I make, if I'm gonna post them in my Etsy shop, I do them in pairs or in fours. So I have this one that matches this one identically, and then we'll be doing these as well. Probably going to be a set, I'm not sure just yet. So anyway, I thought I would bring you along and we would make the matching one to this pair. So what I have done so far is just take some corrugated cardboard and I ran it through the Big Shot with this one has little swirls and birds, and then I have another one that just has swirls. So I've done that so far. I ran them both through there actually when it was all stuck together. So sorry, let me just show you. I love spray adhesive for projects like this. A lot of people like to glue. I like it really flat when I glue these down, and so I'm not really a wet glue person on a lot of things because I just want to get on to the next step and not have to wait for the wet glue. So this is the first time I've tried this spray adhesive. It seems to be holding and working really well. I got it at Hobby Lobby. Okay, so I have cut this shape out from corrugated cardboard. I cut out the same thing from paper. I sprayed the cardboard with the spray adhesive, and then I stuck the paper on top. So if you put it through the Big Shot where the embossing, because there's two different sides, so you want the side that is indented on top, and then it'll leave that raised for you. And then what you can do is, if you run your ink pad over the top lightly, it will color just the raised parts and then leave the lighter background for you, so you have a little contrast. I feel like I'm a little close. Hold on. Okay, so that's where I am with this piece. So then I have this little piece, which is just the smaller. I have a set of these, and this is just the smaller one that I want to also ink. So I've used a little bit of this color, which is a candy apple, because I wanted it really red, and a little bit of the vintage photo, so that it's not a bright pink. I wanted them to have an old kind of vintage look to them. So I'm kind of going over it a little bit with the vintage photo also. So if you rub over the top there, here just to add a little brown. So this was a brighter light pink. Oh, I'm not even on the camera, sorry. And I didn't want it to be so bright. So you can see the difference here. Here's one that I haven't inked yet, and then here's the little one that I have inked for this project. So, and then again, if you just put your ink pad over the top, look at there, it just does the polka dots. So that's a nice way to add some contrast to your, okay. So this is all inked up here. So I'm gonna try to copy this one as close as I can, and then I'll just use another, this is just a sticker from a set that I have. So I'll just use a different sticker, and they'll have the same theme, but look almost identical. All right, so the heart is made from a piece of cardboard. Actually, it's a file folder. And if I was very smart, I would have traced the other one. Oh, you know, let's see. I have the extra piece here. Let's see if I can get it the same. And maybe close. Let's see. I had to trim it down a few times, so if I don't get it exact, it'll be all right, because I'm going to trim it anyway. Okay. Let's see if that fits. Nope. Way too big. So you can cut your heart whatever shape you would like if you're going to make one of these. It's kind of just the background a little bit. So these are a little bit hanging off the side. So we're just going to trim them down a little bit. All right. So I'm using a paper pack I got at Hobby Lobby yesterday. It's called Vintage Valentine. It's just the small one. This 6x6. And so what I used was this paper right here, and I folded it so that the flowers were at the bottom point of the heart. Sorry about my mess. I've already made one tag, so I still have my mess lingering. So no use cleaning it up though until this is all done. Or until tomorrow night, because the plumber's coming on Tuesday. So, all right, let's get this cut out. Came out a little square. Let's see. All right, so I used the spray adhesive to attach this paper to this cardboard just so it was stiffer instead of just the paper being in the middle to support everything. So I'll do that real quick. So see, the hearts are a little bit different, but I'm okay with that. So hold on 1 minute. I'm going to spray this off camera. Okay, so there's the spray adhesive is on here. And of course, you try not to get it all over you because it sticks and it doesn't just wash off easily. I give it a minute to just get really tacky, and then I put my paper on top. So again, we're going to ink the heart. Let me run it through the embosser real quick through the Big Shot, which is what I did with this one, and then I'll ink. Okay, so here we have the embossing, and it's raised. So now when I ink this as well, it will show just like the other one. It'll be the darker ink on the raised part of the heart. So try to hurry. This I do want a little bit colored in. Here's some of the brown to make it a little darker, and then we'll go over it with the red. And then you'll be able to see the little pattern on here. And there's a little bird right here. Okay, so, and then what I have underneath is just some folded cardboard. Just because I couldn't find my, the dots or the foam tape. So, but that's okay. This worked perfectly because it was bigger, then I didn't have to use several. So let me just glue this together. I didn't glue it completely flat. I wanted it to be raised some. So the little cardboard piece will go there. The heart will go on top. Okay. I feel like that wasn't dark enough. Okay. So here we go. So I'm going to glue this down to the bottom piece. Oh, this glue gun. I fuss about it all the time. I still have it. Okay, so I'm going to put this right down here in the middle. And then what I have is this large roll of lace, and it is scalloped here on the edges, and I took part of that and I did it off the camera because I have to squeeze it once the hot glue is on there, and it's kind of hot, and I didn't want you to hear me holler if it was too hot. So I'll cut out those pieces. They are here, and I also, so I just gathered them up a little bit, so I made like a little fan, and we'll just touch it with some ink as well, just so everything's not shiny and bright. That's not the look I'm going for. And then what I did was tuck it right under the cardboard here. So I'm going to cut this so it's not so long. So So I tucked it under the cardboard. And then I'm going to tuck this side under the cardboard, and that's how we got the two. This one's hard to see because I put the netting over it, but there's two lace pieces sticking out on each corner. So I'm going to touch this one with some ink. And we'll go ahead and put them under the cardboard. Thing. All right, I'm gonna raise the cardboard up as much as I can. Tuck this underneath. I'm gonna do the same for this one. Gonna lift the cardboard up and tuck this underneath. Ink on this here a little bit. Okay. And next thing we're going to do is attach our heart. So we'll do that. I want it to be good and sturdy because it is going to be holding everything. All right. On the back, I will probably, I don't always finish them, but I got ink on this one, so I'll probably just maybe ink the back and then put some protectant over it, or I'll paint it white. So don't always make these with the intent that they're going to go in a journal so that you can write on the back, but you can attach a picture, or you can write on there if you have a certain kind of marker maybe. But normally, like, they could be wall hangings, or you could attach them to a gift, things like that. So when I make this type of tag, and I had some from Halloween I made also, they're normally made to hang from a jar of cookies or a tin of cookies or a gift or something like that. I even take them and make them like the front of a journal, so all the decoration is here and all I need is like a background. So like this little journal I'm starting, this doesn't match, but sometimes if I make a tag and I'm in love with the tag, then it will just become the front of my journal. So I love to do that with those. Okay, so I have this part down. So here you can see you have a little collage of just bits of some fabric. And if you've seen my video that says Eureka, it is where I washed a rug that I bought at Five Below, and it came apart, and I ended up with tons and tons of pieces of different fabric and really pretty fabrics, and then some shears, and it just came golds and reds and you name it, it had it in there. So those are the pieces that I'm using tonight on this project. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is just cut. And I don't have a piece of the identical one that I have on that side, but that's okay. They're all the same colors and they're all matching. So we're gonna take a piece of this, kind of clean up the edges a bit. And then this will go under here. And then this, let's see. Oop. Get this cleaned up a little better. All right. So, and again, this was just the smaller of the die that I cut out here. And we're gonna try to do the same thing. I have some vintage rickrack here, and on the tag it says 10 cents. So it's been around for a while. I dropped it on the floor, so it definitely is vintage, because there's a store I don't recognize, Stearns and Company, and then like I said, that's for 10 cents. It's been a long time since that has happened. So all right, I would prefer to have a darker pink like this piece here, but I don't have it, so, but that's okay. All right, so we're gonna glue the fabric here. just gonna make like a little collage piece. Let me get closer to you, sorry. And then I kind of put them on kind of long, and then once I get it on there and its pieces are sticking out too far, then I'll trim those up. Okay, so then I'm just gonna glue the rickrack right here. Make a little bit of a V shape, just so it has two pieces showing. Alright, and then right on top of that, I have this little set of stickers. And let's see. Make every day count. Live a good life. Make every moment count, or count the happies. I like count the happies. I think that's a cute one. So, all right. So what we're gonna do is put this right on top of our little collage piece here. And then we're gonna glue that whole set. Oh, ouch. Okay. Just want to scoot it over so my tag shows a little more. Okay. I needed to wrestle with it for a minute, so I saved you from that. Okay. So here we have our little collage, super cute. You can back it with anything that you have. Also, you could have different colors. Yours, of course, would not be just like mine, but hopefully you get a little inspiration from this. So I'm gonna stick this. Oh, you know what we forgot? I'm so sorry about that. I just realized I forgot the netting underneath, which you can see just slightly, but just to give it a little contrast. So I'm not even going to edit that out because it happens right in the middle of a project. I'm trying to hurry so it's not so long, but that's what happens also. So I gently pulled up the heart. So put the heart back down. So see, the netting makes a big difference. So it has a little color in the background, some texture. So now we can put our little collage piece back and put that right there. Okay. And then here I have these little flowers. I'm not sure who they're made by. I know I got them at Hobby Lobby, so I'm sure they're Paper Studio flowers. I'm taking the ink and just going slightly around them so they're not so bright, just so they look vintage like the rest of the piece. And then they're real pretty. They're a papery kind of flower. And then what I'm going to do is put these two on here just like this. And let's see. I'm trying to get the netting to stay out. We'll tuck that one under a little bit, and then this one will go over, and hopefully the netting will stay out here. Like that. Okay. I do have a hole punch, but it's over here behind the chair, and so I'll just use my awl and we'll put it right here in the middle. And what I used to tie it was some of that same material, kind of this stretchy kind of cloth that came out of that rug when I washed it. So I have tons and tons of it left still. So we're just going to do the usual here. When you put a tie on a tag, you could staple it on here. That's a cute look. I almost did that as well. You know, you could stamp. I meant to stamp on the background, but I think that it has so much. And then once I did the adhesive, the green part of the flowers started to show through a lot. So it looked like I stamped it, but I hadn't. It was just the leaves and the flowers coming through once I sprayed the glue. So that was a nice little effect to get that on there. So all right, so then we're just gonna tuck this in here. So again, like I said, these you can put them in a journal. You can put them on the front of a journal to make it your focal point. You can put them on the wall for decoration for the holiday. I make them, I take them and put them in my cubicle at work. And so here we go. And so you can definitely put them in your journal. They're bulky. So you'd have to have a good thick journal for that. But it would be really pretty if you even put that inside of a frame and made small little decorations like that for the wall. Hang them on a basket of cookies or something, or a gift that you're giving to someone for Valentine's Day. So there's my quick little how to make the tags that I make for different holidays, and this one of course is for Valentine's Day. They'll be in the shop as soon as I'm finished with all four. They'll be in the Etsy shop with Scrappy Lolly Paper Company, and I'll get those up as quick as I can. I'm gonna try to finish the other two tomorrow. Like I said, the plumber's coming, so I'm sure he doesn't want to see this big old mess on my table. But here we go. So make sure I can get closer. Is it focused? It doesn't want to focus. Come on. It's kind of up high. I can't tell if it's okay. Okay, so here they are. There's this pair. So we'll start on the next pair in the next day or so. But thanks for joining me. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it inspired you to make your tags as well. And like I said, even though they're called tags, I think they're beautiful decorations that you could just hang on the wall. I actually made some hearts. You could see on my Instagram that I put magnets on the back here, and I put little tiny clothespins on some, and then some I put the Tim Holtz clip on and made picture hangers, so you could give it to someone and hang pictures on the fridge or your file cabinet or around your desk area. So there's so many different things you could do with these as well. So again, thanks for joining me. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to come back and see what else I'm up to, please subscribe and hit the like button and help my channel grow. And I appreciate you all being here. And we'll talk again on the next video. Bye.